Hey there viewers, welcome back to the Self-Made Auto Channel. Working on a 2016, it's the Jeep, it's the Grand Cherokee. It's got the big 3.6 and it has a customer complaint of no AC. Couple things, yes, it's a new scan tool. It's the Autel MS906 Pro. It's their Bluetooth, quite a bit smaller, quite a bit more affordable for the independent guy in the shop or, you know, an advanced DIYer. And B, I think we're being set up. Because this was the guy who owns this, don't know him, new customer, had it at the dealership, or the guy that works at the dealership, and they tried turning on the AC compressor with their scan tool, or with a scan tool, and it wouldn't engage, and then that's it. Now it's here, which seems completely ridiculous to me. Anyhow, we're just going to look at it, but just keep that in your mind. I just think it's kind of weird. Seems fishy. I did pull it in AC, didn't work. It is quite chilly out today though. It was only like 42 this morning. So I plugged in the Autel. I did a full system scan on it. We'll see what we have for codes, if anything is relevant to what we're doing. We've got some body control. I'll get it up here where you guys can see it. HVAC, just a stored code in the HVAC. Validator, receive, memory switch, power lift gate. So that's it. I don't think anything that's really relevant. I believe the data we're going to be looking for is going to be in with the ECM. I think what I want to look for is just, does it have an AC request? Do the pressure switches look correct? Is there any anomalies there? And then we're just going to do circuit checks on it. You know, maybe the compressor's just junk, fuse is blowing, bad relay. I don't know. Let's figure it out. So I pulled up some data lists that I think would be important. So engine coolant temp, intake air temp, ambient temp. Our AC high pressure seems about right. And then the one that we're most worried about is this AC clutch relay desired state. So let's move this down here. Let's fire this pig up. Okay, so we're going to want to watch this AC desired state. We'll turn this little guy on. We'll hit the AC button. AC relay desired state true. Turn it off. False. Turn it on. Okay, that's really all the data we need to collect. So we'll shut the key off, turn the key back on, because it appears, I think we can all agree, that the ECM is calling for the AC clutch relay to turn on. We really don't need any data from here, because that's just sending out the signal. The AC is the final determiner whether or not that clutch can come on. So it is commanding it. So let's go get a wiring diagram, see probably just two wires on it, and you know, see what makes this system up. We're going to just look it up on the Autel. And free tip Friday for you, if you guys use the Autel, where it has the VIN down here, just push and hold and it copies the VIN. So now when you hop into service data, you don't have to type it out. The other thing we can do while we're right here is just go into our active tests. And here we go, AC compressor clutch relay control state. Yes, we want to view data stream. We'll have to pick out the data that we want, and then we'll make sure this active test works. We just want the relay state. We'll hit OK. And then if we turn it on, okay, and it does show our AC relay desired state true, so we can shut that back off. So we know our active test here should work for us. So right here is our power distribution center, and then right here is our AC clutch relay, and then that comes out to fuse 62. So we can turn this relay on, see if we're getting power at this fuse. That would be a good test. I don't know where the power comes that feeds this relay. We don't know that yet. And then that comes down over here, so we need to get another diagram. We'll get diagram 3. Actually, we can ditch diagram 4, so we'll get diagram 3. And that came down to this one here. So this is our AC compressor clutch, and it just says full-time ground and then power side switch. So pretty simple system. So let's go back to diagram 4 here, and let's see, I didn't want to click on that, my bad. We'll do fuse 62 10 amp. Let's go check that out. I know a lot of you folks are going to ask about this tool and whether or not the diagrams and stuff are built into it, and they are not. So I'll just get that right up in the open. I have made a video in the past where I get service information, and it's available to everyone, at least everyone in the US, either on short-term or long-term subscriptions. But being a shop, you know, you obviously have to have service data. So the only thing, I'm just using the internet web browser there to access our service data. So let's see here. All right, and we said it was fuse 62, 10 amp, which should be in here. Let me get a flashlight. Find out where fuse 62 lives. According to this, it says AC clutch. Number 62. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in from the end. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 10 amp. Okay, and it is dead right now, but that only turns on with the relay, right? So we want to go back in here. We go back to our AC clutch control. Yes, we want to view data because we want to make sure that we see the command signal. So we'll let that get loaded up. Everything's aluminum. We need plastic magnets. So we're going to go to search. We're going to do AC spacebar relay, hit OK, and then we're going to turn it on. Now we're going to check it again. Alright, negative, Ghost Rider. Our test light works, but we don't have power on either side of the fuse. Okay, so we'll turn that off. So that's interesting. Fun fact though, to make sure the AC compressor works, we can just jumper that. There you go. Grab yourself a non-fused test wire. Actually, don't get one with a fuse in it, just in case this goes horribly wrong. It shouldn't though. Alright, so we have power going to this. This should turn on the relay. All's right in the world. Or not the relay, but the clutch. Let me reach down here. I don't hear it clapping. Where's the compressor at here, fella? There we go. Now you hear it clapping. I just had to turn it a little bit. So that does kick on the clutch, AC clutch. So what's that tell us? That tells us a lot. It tells us the circuit from here to there is good. If we get the fuse to turn on, we'll be in great shape. So we're going to pop back here on the World Wide Web. AC clutch relay. I'm going to look to see relay here. Radiator fan, air suspension, PZEV, auto shutdown, run start, heater, start stop, run, rear blower, blower motor. That is it. So what's that tell us? I'll tell you what that tells us. That tells us this is like every other typical Chrysler piece of garbage, that the AC relay is built in. It's going to be internal, even though on here they don't have it dotted, a dotted line around it. All of these relays here, none of these are for the air conditioner, because it has all the AC or all the relays listed right in a row here, and it just has radiator fan, suspension, PZEV, auto shutdown, run accessories, start, starter, fuel heater, EBL, start stop, run only, HVAC blower, run accessory, run only, and blower motor. That's it. Awesome. That's typical Fiat fashion. It's built into the whole power distribution center. At least it's not a TIPM anymore, right? It's a power distribution center, they call it. Awesome. Let me just verify some of this on service data. And then we just have to make sure that our inputs are getting to it, which I think we've already verified somewhat, but we'll 100% verify and then go from there. So I'm looking here, something that's kind of bizarre. I just decided, you know, like I say, in typical Chrysler fashion, they'll put relays built-in printed circuit board. But usually they label it. So I look at some OEM diagrams here and I look up stuff that's missing, like, you know, the windshield washers or windshield wipers, you know, something simple that, you know, Chrysler can screw up. And I look and it says right here, you know, wiper relay on PCB, you know, relay wiper on off on PCB. So it indicates that they're on the printed circuit board. But what's weird is when I look up that AC, it doesn't indicate that it's on the printed circuit board, even on the OEM diagram. I'll show you, but one thing I do notice is when it's showing the power distribution center, All of these relays are solid lines, okay? The relay that's removable though has dotted lines around it. So this run relay accessory 1, that one is actually replaceable. So I'm wondering if it's the opposite of what I think here as far as how they signify them. Let's see, so we'll go to AC control system. This is the factory diagram. We show AC clutch, but it doesn't say on PCB, but the run relay start is dotted, and that is a replaceable one. I can only assume that it is built into the power distribution center, which, you know, is no big surprise. So really the only thing we can do is we can check the control side of the relay coming in. So this AC clutch control coming from the PCM to the power distribution center. On the bottom of it, this pin 10 connectors, or maybe C13. Yeah, pin 10 connector C3. So we can find that. We can make sure that we're receiving it would be a ground side switch to this relay. And from there we can tell, does the relay have power coming through it? Because this run relay start, you know, key on engine off, we should have power coming through it. Coming out here when we turn it on, our test light should go out. We know from our fuse out it's good. And that's pretty much all we can do. And then just make the call on the power distribution center. So like I say, not uncommon. If I was more savvy with the soldering iron and fixing stuff like this, you know, we could pop it out and take it apart, but that's a little out of my pay grade. You don't want to see my soldering skills when it comes to printed circuit board stuff, I'll tell you that much. If it was my own vehicle, I'd get after it and we'd try it. But let's, I think these things just pull right up out of here. Come on, baby. Give it the old college try anyways. There. Okay, oh look at that, they make it handy to work on. So we need to find connector C3, or we'll just look for a pin 10 that is light blue with orange. Here's a light blue with orange. I don't know if that's in pin 10. See, I think I found it here. Just trying to read the numbers on here. So there's a number 10, and I believe that is light blue with orange. Yep, that's a number 10, light blue with orange. I didn't know if the test light would go in far enough there. Oh, when I go in it with a test light, my test light's turning it on, it's too high a current. I can hear it click in the relay. Let me get a different test light. That's a half amp test light. So this one here, I think is 150 milliamps. So this one shouldn't turn on the relay by itself. Let's see if we can get in here. This one's got a pointier tip anyways. No, that one still turns on that still turns on. Wow, that must be a super low current relay, because this is only 150 milliamps. Usually it'll at least light up the test light dimly. But you can hear it kicking the relay on and off. So and I can hear the scan tool toggling the relay on and off. Plus we can turn it on with a test light, so that tells us everything we need to know. That tells us that the power coming into this relay is good. If it wasn't, A, we wouldn't hear it clicking, and B, by probing it on the ground side here, even with a low current test light, we wouldn't hear it clicking on and off. We know we have no power coming through the relay and out to that fuse. So I think we just need to quit here. It's pretty plain and simple. It needs a new power distribution center. So easy peasy, and that's simple as that. That's all that is. There shouldn't be any programming or anything to it. It's not a smart junction box or anything like that. It's just a plain Jane fuse box. So yeah, every time Chrysler has tried something like this, it's been a complete fail. You know, everybody knows with the who's had the fuel pump die on their Jeep or the fuel pump relay. So that's it. Not sure why it was sent here, but we're done. So that's pretty well that, folks. Super easy diagnosis, very simple system. A couple wires, one fuse, and a relay. So not sure why they sent it here. Still seems kind of suspect to me. Altel, the MS906 Pro. She's Bluetooth, and it's got the light in there, huh? Who came up with that idea? Check these babies out. I'll put a link in the description in case anybody's interested in that. I have been using it around the shop quite a bit. In place of the Ultra, I do like my Ultra better. It's a lot more money, but it's way bigger and it's easier for my old eyes to see, but this seems to do pretty well. A little bit more difficult to do videos with it just because of the physical size of it. Anyhow, I called Chrysler on the Power Distribution Center. Not too bad, it's about a $400 bill. But like everything else, due to unprecedented circumstances, COVID-19, monkeypox, global warming, and the electric car pandemic, no parts are available. So this guy's screwed because it's been on back order for 2 years. So that's that. I'm gonna move on. Why don't you guys move on to that comment section? Questions, comments, concerns, the Insta, the Facebook. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.